Croeso Channel Blaid Llwyd. Yes, we're back with Glory Hounds. It's been a while since it came out, I know, but took me some time to get to it. And by the way, I did take part in a recording on Dirk the Panda's channel. If you want to check out a multi-voice recording of Glory Hounds, you can do that. I'll put the link in the description. But for now, it's chapter 2. Let's get to it. Somewhere in the water. Well, doesn't it catch the day come swimming home at last? Not like to have a dirty uniform, Ishmael. What gives? A rough going out on the seven seas? Don't give me cease your blathering, you big ball of feathers. Tis, I blather 'cause I care, me hearty, yet it's all worried, truly even the captain. Of course, then we took a gander at the news. The bloody news? Do you mean to say the captain knows? I personally understand why he'd be away for a couple of days after, of course. Running from the law would be quite difficult with those stubby little legs of yours. Why, you... About breaking our code on in the first place, Moshara. Or I'd be breaking his whole heart. Why don't you quit poking your beak into places you don't belong for I pluck your feathers out one by one and stuff them in a pillow? And just how you be making those funny squiggly sounds. Aye, touch my feathers, you'll be sorry, fish breath. Asshole. Dunce? Landlubber. You did not just say that! I'll have your head on a pike, you hear? Shut your beaks, both of yous. Boss. Dearest Captain, whatever do you need? Ishmael, my laddie. I thought I made myself very clear when I took you in. Oh, pardon me, Captain. I still be trying to get this swearing thing under control. All habits die hard. Ha ha ha! You're hoisting the wrong sail, boyo. Cursing be one thing, but this here crew don't take kindly to feckless unprovoked violence, see? Only whole last of gunpowder that don't reflect too kindly on us as men of the sea. Any less a captain would settle for no less than hanging you by your fins or having your keel hauled. You're really in for it now, Ishmael. But seeing as it's your first jaunt on the Great Liners Syndicate rulebook, well, Great Ahab's willing to let this one go. Really? Really? On one condition, lad. See, I got a grand job planned, absolutely grand. I need all hands on deck for this one. And seeing as the big guns are in the pillory, that unfortunately means you lot. A word of warning to the weak and weary, though. Cross Ahab again and keel hauling will just be the start. Thank you, Captain. You won't regret it, swear on me heart. Don't go thanking me yet, you sorry sack of scales. We'll pull this one off and every cent you earn's gonna go to fixing our little old lady's store. Until then, you'll be swabbing the poop deck. Are you kidding me? I wasn't even the one who smashed up the place. It was that blasted hound with spotted friend that did the deed. And that one of having if you listened to me for once in your life, sonny. Now, would it? You said it, Captain. Captain? Who's the new fella in the corner over there? Take it into the place we're fixing to loot. What was your name again, lad? Camo. Auguste Camo. At your service. Camo?
No, Camo.
You're right. You ever say that wrong, Ishmael? Obviously, it's Camwa.
It's Camo. Why does no one get it right?
Ah, stop wagging your tongues. Now get over here and listen good. We got a job to do.
On the verge of collapsing. My bones are aching. My vision's blurry. Whether it's because I'm just that exhausted, because my body can't take much more punishment, I don't know. Every time I hit the mat, it gets just a little comfier and just a little harder to get up again. Again. The bird looming over me looks none the worse for wear. Of course he doesn't. Haven't been able to hit him once, after all. Even after he promised Raoul he'd go easy on me. Are you just going to lie there with mouth agape like baby bird? Give me a moment. Is his life or death situation does count. Criminals are not going to wait for you to make a return flight from Dreamland. I just think I sprained. I pushed myself off the mat, immediately yelp in pain, falling right back down. My entire body. And you'll keep doing so if you don't keep guard up. In hand-to-hand combat, paying attention to opponent is as important as punching and kicking. If you do not... He shakes his head. There are worse things than bruises. With all those scars, I'm inclined to believe him. I sit up straight, panting all the while. You're not tired yet. I'm like half your age. Body is temple. Take care of it in early stage, then old age it will take care of you. Your body might be a temple. Mine's more for garbage disposal. Then see me as sanitation company. You must learn discipline. I carefully weigh my options. Alright. Promise not to break any bones? I will do my very best. I get back on my feet and assume the sounds he's been trying to teach me all morning. Keyword here being assume. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. Hands raised at eye level, shoulders up, chin tucked, legs wide, knees slightly bent. Reminds me of the boxing lessons I took as a kid. Of course, those didn't prepare me to fight a deadly bird with more battle scars than my dad's old car, but I doubt anything could. Your form is... He pauses, scrutinizing me. Adequate. Coming from him, that almost feels like praise. He takes a similar position himself. Fighting is very much like dancing. All about anticipating your partner's actions and reacting in turn. Then, when guard is down, you strike. Not sure I've ever seen a dance that involved striking. Master Brevard said similar thing long ago. Did you train him too? He nods. The Fayoes. He was interested in learning, dedicated. Very insistent on talking, much like you. Made funny sound when hitting Matt, much like you. He chuckles. I'm so used to him being serious at this point that it feels unnatural, like a sound that should simply not exist. You're trying to get me angry. I am trying to make you punch instead of talking earholes off. Alright, you asked for it. Here it comes. Dusk! Punch! I take a swipe at his smug little face. Without skipping a beat, he catches my fist with his claw, locking it in place. I try yanking it away, but he's got a firm hold on it. God, he's strong. This man could fold me like a chair. Tell me, what went wrong? I hesitated. No, we do not announce attacks. Master Brevard may be living in cartoon world, but we fight real criminals. So wise not to scream attack names and faces. Noted. Good. Can you let go of my hand now? He narrows his eyes. No. Pretty please? Prettiest of pleases have no effect on me. Opponent immobilizes your arm. What do you do? I throw another punch with my free hand. That gets snatched up from Elo as well. I wasn't even looking at it. Correction. Both arms. He stares me down while I wriggle in place. He's enjoying this. Clock is ticking. Alright, fine. He wants to play dirty, I can play dirty too. I take a deep breath, pull back my leg, then bring my knee forward as hard as I can, right into his groin. It's like hitting a brick wall. He doesn't flinch, but he does let go. I stagger backwards. Good thinking. Ineffective, but good start. I look up at him. How did you not... What, feel pain? Internal testicles. Species and anatomy of opponent is very important. Everyone has different strengths and weaknesses. Not the answer I was expecting to hear. Well, at least I wasn't expecting to be this blunt about it. What are yours? He taps his beak. Strengths? Carrion crows have sharp beak, made for tearing flesh from bone. Evolution dulled nature, but not beak. Exercise caution when aiming for head. He pauses. Would not want you to lose fingers. Whoa, morbid. You ever had to... No, I am not barbarian. I'll still be keeping an eye on that beak of his. I hope you're not always this easily frightened, Discount. Just wondering how Raoul turned out so happy-go-lucky when you're over here warning me about folks who might chop my fingers off. Master Brevard is... idealist. To him, if he cannot perceive danger, does not exist. He is lucky to be skilled and resourceful. He shakes his head wistfully. Still has much to learn about self-preservation. You have that in common. So aren't you his sidekick? You'd be way more helpful in a fight than I could ever hope to be. He looks away for a moment, knitting his brows. I'm expecting him to explain, but he stays silent for a few long agonizing moments to give me the impression I just gravely offended him. I am only fit enough to teach, not fight. I think this might be a sensitive topic. Hey, what it's worth, I think you're an excellent teacher. He focuses on me again. Despite his stern expression, there's a funny little twinkle in his eye. I am best instructor in Batavia. I will teach you everything I know. You are not allowed to die under my tutelage. I don't know whether that's a promise or a threat. In turn, ask only one thing. Shoot. Keep Master Brevard safe where I cannot. That's what I'm here for, right? I mean it. He may be a smart inventor, but he is not the lightest bulb in the crayon box. I'd correct him on the idiom, but I don't want to end up on the mat again. I didn't know you two were so close. I just figured you were his butler. I am many things. Bodyguard, teacher, mixologist. Legally allowed to officiate weddings. Butler is one of them. How far back do you guys go? 23 years. Well, it's been a hell of a ride. I hear the hiss of the automatic door shutting behind the Rottweiler as he struts into the room with the biggest of grins and a large, colourful notebook. The amount of stickers on it would make an elementary school kid jealous. Is that glitter? Oh wow, it is. A container's worth at least. Oh, sorry I'm late. I had some work for the company to attend to. How's our new recruit doing, Milo? About as well as you did on first training day. Yow. No broken bones as of yet, however.
Well, that's good. Broken bones? Yeah, it's a long story.
A long story is he stubbed toe on the way out of training hall. Had to spend several days in infirmary.
Anyways,
he waves a notebook at me.
We have something very important to discuss.
I could honestly use a break. For a week. Teacher doesn't even think I've earned one yet, though. I can see Milo twitching ever so slightly from the corner of my eye. What about my training? The crow lets out a sigh. It would appear we are done for the day. If the past week has been any indication, then I'm in for another 5 consecutive hours of hearing about Raoul's heroic deed.
Well, training is important. But so is presentation.
I tilt my head. Presentation?
The people need more than just protectors, Spot. What they need is heroes, icons. What they need is a symbol of justice that will strike fear into the heart of every criminal in the city.
I think I know where this is going. Am I getting a costume?
You can't fight crime wearing slacks, does count.
His grin widens as he slams a notebook on the nearest flat surface. It's even more exciting than he was the other day during my 5-hour orientation. I'm not getting a gimp suit, am I?
Well, I took the liberty of creating some costume designs befitting your new identity.
So that's why he's been so busy with this past week. He only left all the fundamentals of my new job up to Milo. Did you design your own outfit?
I sure did. It's my pride and joy.
Oh no. I figured that'd be more Milo's area of expertise. I can hear Milo shuffling behind us, putting away our training equipment. I look in his direction. He seems to be dreading this just as much as I am. I made some revisions with combat effectiveness. The design itself is Master Brevard's. He insisted on it.
Oh no. You're not getting a carbon copy of mine. Only of a proper outfit should bring out your own unique qualities.
There's nothing to ease my anxiety.
Just keep in mind none of these are final. We can always make a few little tweaks here and there.
Thank God. Alright, show me what you got. Raoul leans in close to me, his shoulder touching mine. He's wearing the same cologne as last week in Mrs. de Brune's store. He opens his notebook and starts flipping through the pages. They're all filled with colourful drawings in pencil, markers and crayon. The first few pages seem to be filled with prototypes of weapons and gadgets. Soon enough he gets to the fashion doodles. He's going through them pretty quickly, but they honestly don't look too bad. He's got an eye for style, at least.
Now, since you're new to this, I figured we'd give you plenty of protection and armour. You know, to keep you safe.
That sounds good. I may survive my first field assignment after all. He lands on a page with a drawing of me wearing...
I was thinking something that's on the more defensive side, while still terrifying your adversaries.
This is the most over-the-top and ridiculous armor design I've ever seen. Oh, wow, this is quite something.
Right, how do you like it? Personally, I love the pauldrons.
He eyes me excitedly, like a kitchen off the latest art project to a parent. Yeah, and I don't want to hurt his feelings, but this isn't going to go on the fridge anytime soon. It looks pretty cool, yeah. I like the thingies on the boots.
Oh, you mean the axes?
Yeah, Wait, those are axes? I mean, don't you think it's maybe, a bit much? He runs a paw across his chin.
I suppose it might be just a tad tricky to move around in, yes. Not to worry, though. I thought of everything. I had a feeling you might feel this way, so I took the liberty to draft a few alternate designs. Mind you, they're slightly less developed and refined. This next one has fewer bells and whistles and should let you move more freely.
Whew, a little worried. Thankfully he's got some self-awareness. I'm sure the next one will be a lot less... full stop. What even is this?
No, this one doesn't have quite as much protection.
How does this offer any protection?
But you'll be fast and flexible enough to dodge any incoming attack. You'll be untouchable.
I'll die of embarrassment for anyone who even gets close enough to attack. Assuming anyone would even want to come anywhere remotely near me looking like that. I'm not so sure about this man's sense of style anymore. Do you maybe have something a little more...
You're modest? Why, yes. In fact, this next one may be a good middle ground.
I think I felt less scared when I had a pistol pointed at my face.
Now behold.
This is...
Well, I thought instead of something flashy, perhaps something a little more traditional would suit you better. Something typically Batavian.
He looks at me, tail wagging and a big smile on his face. His eyes are twinkling like Lou's when they dig up a famous model's dirty secret. Either he's lost or he's trying to pull some sort of prank. It's a pretty outfit, but I'll leave wearing dresses like this to Willem. I'm not a maid. He looks at me a little more seriously.
Maybe this one is just a bit too ordinary.
What about this is ordinary? He clears his throat.
How about this one?
A loose page falls out of his sketchbook. It's not me in the sketch. It's... Is this what people mean when they say fake it till you make it?
Oh, how'd that get in there?
He snatches the page away before I have time to take it all in. I don't think Milo was kidding when he said the boss was an idealist.
Anyway, here's my final design. This one should have everything.
Please, no more. I am vetoing this one myself.
It's not even your outfit.
It is fashion crime I will not allow.
If this one doesn't quite hit the mark either, I'll have to go back to the drawing board. I actually have a lot of great ideas we can still try.
No, this man cannot be allowed to continue. I'm putting a stop to this madness right now. Give me that. I yank the sketchbook from my overly excited boss's hands. Raoul tilts his head and cocks an eyebrow. A marker.
Oh, yes.
He hands me a pink one. Perfect. I flip to the nearest empty page. Clearly I have to take matters into my own hands.
Well, if you want to sketch out some of your own ideas, be my guest. Let me tell you, though, fashion design is not easy.
Yeah, you demonstrated that clearly enough. I think I got this. Raoul gave me plenty of ideas on what not to do. There were a few golden nuggets in some of the designs. I have some ideas. My hand moves all on its own. A little bit of this, maybe some bling over here, and... I'm doing it. I'm in the zone. This is going to be great. Moments later, I'm pretty sure I've nailed it. Yeah, this should do. I hand the sketchbook back to Raoul. He seems genuinely excited.
Alright, let's see what he came up with.
I watch him with bated breath. I knew being a vigilante was going to be a tough job. I had no idea I'd have to avert a disaster of such magnitude this early in my career. At least everything's settled now. Or so I assume. No sooner have I let my guard down, I notice a devilish smirk stretching across Raoul's face. He turns a notebook around and around in his paws.
I see. Perhaps we could reinforce it here. Add a splash of colour there. Yeah, it should be nice and comfortable. But will it be stretchy enough? Milo, a pen if you please.
Milo tosses him a pen. He catches that look and immediately begins scribbling wildly. Are you going to be alright?
Alright? Please, Spot. You're talking to a 4 times Innovator of the Year winner. My designs are the heart of this very city. A little outfit doesn't scare me.
The ones I've seen so far scare me plenty. Okay then. Let me know if you need anything. Happy to... He raises a thumb, not even looking in my direction. His tail's wagging so fast I fear he might take off any second. Help? Milo folds his arms. In no sense getting through to him when he's in states such as this. Inventor's frenzy. Does this kind of thing happen often? Once or twice every few months. Last year he was locked in room for 2 days. Wow, must be an important business. Trying to design a robot that makes soup. Soup. Had to force lock off after Master Brevard set off fire alarm. Took 3 weeks to get tomato stains out of carpets. Milo shudders, the feathers sticking out of the top of his head bobbing left and right like a metronome. 3 sentences, this story's taken more turns than a roller coaster. He clears his throat. A fancy coffee or tea? This could take some time. I won't say no to that. I can run up and make us some. No need, I will go. Don't you want to take a break? We were at it for a while. Hell, I'm pretty winded myself. Only reason I'm asking is because I could use a change of scenery. Only thing tied is the ear holes from constant talking. Making coffee and tea is one of many duties as butler. I do not neglect duty. Just feel bad making you do everything, you know. I do not feel bad. Get paid plenty for it. On the other end of the room, the screen flashes. I hear a soft ring. Milo gives a shake of his head while Raoul refuses to look up from his sketching. I suppose coffee and tea will have to wait. What's going on? We have caller. Accept call. The screen flashes again. Hi, hello, is this working? The video call's a little blurry. I can't really tell what I'm supposed to be looking at. A desk screen, please. We cannot see you. Oh, silly me, of course. There's some more shaking before Fenner's face comes into view. Her glasses make her eyes look 10 times bigger than they actually are from this angle. Well, if it isn't Mimi, your face is looking quite radiant today. A new shampoo, perhaps? Did you just say Mimi? Oh my gosh, Mr. Leroy is there as well. See, you found the address after all. Oh, yeah, thanks, I did. Mimi? What is nature of call? Is Mr. Dollhound round by any chance? It's quite unlike him not to answer my calls. He's usually so diligent about things. Milo's eyes flick to Raoul. For a moment all we can hear is the boss's scribbling. Preoccupied. Nature of call, please. Oh, dearest Mimi, have a heart. Life short of as it is, we'll often spend it fussing, fretting and grumbling. You'll get wrinkles. Life is too short for frivolities as well. Nature of call. Now, I called you to receive a very strange card in the post today. Oh, I think I got that one too. Apparently there's some real estate scam going around. Were that only true? No, this one came directly from the Saltwater Syndicate. And there's a name I hoped I wouldn't hear again. Though I suppose it's only a matter of time. She holds up a little red piece of paper, no bigger than a credit card. It has a cute little anchor drawn on it. A calling card? Yeah. I didn't see him stop sketching or moving until he's standing right behind me. That seems to be the case, yes. Glad you could join us after all, Mr. Dollhound. Oh, what's it say? She clears her throat. Ahoy, all me lily-livered mateys at Opgedoekt. Batten down the hatches for the heist of your measly lives. Is this a calling card or a movie ad? The syndicate's coming for you and yours, and you best believe we'll be giving no quarter. All your riches will be ours for the taking, and that pretty little dress too. Impression is frighteningly accurate. I can't disagree there. They fit all that on the card that small. Indeed they did. Such pretty handwriting as well. In any case, I trust you understand the predicament I found myself in now. You need someone on guard to prevent the items from being stolen. I'm surprised he caught all that. So quick on the uptake. Yes, that's exactly it. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly in a position to contact the authorities directly. We have a new collection on the way, and any scene caused now might be enough to convince our backers to let us go. So, subtlety is name of game. I don't think you'll find any here. Not with Raoul's tight rubber suit. Well, what are you thinking, Milo? I suggest doing plainclothes reconnaissance to ascertain threat and scoop her into before making rash decisions. It could very well be a children's prank, but we'll have to be ready if the situation goes south. Well, a discount can go. What? Are you sure? Come on, Milo, it's just recon. Spot's got ears and eyes, hasn't he? It'll be a good opportunity what he's made of. If the Syndicate does show up, we'll be right behind them. He points behind him to the drawing. I still have a project I need to get back to. Your opinion does count? My very first mission to protect millions of euros worth of art? How exactly do I do recon? Our training didn't quite cover that. And not to worry, Mr. Roy, it's actually quite a simple matter. All you need to do is scout around the gallery and report any suspicious activity. Keep particularly close watch on the money talk scout. It's easily the single most valuable item in our collection at this time.
You already had a run-in with a member of the Saltwater Syndicate, though not a particularly gifted one, so you know what to look out for. They're all going to talk like pirates, are they? And if I see anything suspicious, I just report back over the radio? Precisely. We'll monitor the situation and take action when needed. Avoid physical confrontation if possible. You are not ready. As much as that stings, it's probably true. If I'm just plain undercover security guard, I think I'll be okay. Wonderful. I'm sure you do a splendid job, Mr. Discount. She giggles. Is my code name that funny? All of a sudden I wonder if I should have listened to some of Milo's suggestions after all. Oh heavens, no. It's all just so very exciting. Reminds me of when I first met Mimi. Well then, I shall leave the gallery in your very capable hands. With that, she closes the call. Milo turns to me immediately. Before you go, let me give you earpiece for radio contact. He takes a little box from one of the large cabinets and hands me a small device. It just looks like a regular earbud. It has a small switch and a big button in the middle. Turn on switch to establish radio connection. After that, simply push to talk. I put it in my ear, though I leave it off for now. If I didn't feel like a spy before, I sure as hell do now. Good luck on the mission, Discount. I believe in you. Raoul gives me a firm pat on the shoulder before returning to his sketchbook. I leave Milo and Raoul to their tasks and make my way out of the mansion. Milo is kind enough to arrange a fancy new bicycle for me. I'm sure he just wants me to get more exercise. It's nice to have a reliable mode of transportation again, though. Shippensburg has always had amazing bike infrastructure. Biking is usually almost as fast as driving, especially during rush hour. There are dedicated bicycle highways, completely free of car traffic, connect the city centre to all major districts. The only method of transportation that's more efficient is taking the underwater trains. I'm not made of money. I'd hop on my bike when I realise I'm all alone on this mission. It'd be okay if I brought someone along. It's only recon, right? I look less conspicuous to have a friend with me to check out the gallery. More importantly, it might actually steal my nerves. My mind immediately goes to Lou. For one, they love art. At the very least, they love the idea of loving art. I'm fairly sure they're off work today. I'll give them a call. Yeah, like this? No, you're doing it all wrong. It's supposed to go the other way around. It's 25, not 52. Do you mind moving the ladder a wee bit? Can't reach a bloody thing from here. And just where are the balloons? Where'd you put them last time? If I knew that, I wouldn't be bloody looking for them, would I? Am I interrupting something? Sorry. Hey, Alex, we're having a little moment. Oh, is that Al? Hello, Al. Oh, Willie says hello. Hey, Lou, do you have some free time right now? Still something I wanted to do and I could use your company. Oh, what is it? It's a surprise. Oh, I hate surprises. Okay, I want to check out Opgedoekt. Oh, I'd love to. I think we're due for a break right now anyway. They lower their voice. Willie's about to throw his back out over here. I heard that. Cool, I'll meet you at the Han then. See you there.
The Han is a mess. I knew Willem would be preparing for the anniversary, but I had no idea it'd be this much of a war zone. There's flags and empty balloons all over the place, with Lou and Willem standing together, the heart of the chaos. Hey there, love what you've done with the place. Ah, just a bloke I want to see. I need someone with lips to give me a blow. Lips? He keeps popping the balloons. They weren't made for sharp beaks. Discrimination, I say. I see. I'd be happy to help you out later, if that's okay. I already made some plans. Right, Lou did tell me you're headed somewhere. Maybe someplace safe. All districts in a tizzy after what happened to Mrs. De Brune's place. Saltwater Syndicate's been causing a whole bunch of problems lately, they have. You don't know half of it. Yeah, but isn't it mostly big heists? Robbing an old lady doesn't seem like their kind of thing. I'm just glad she's okay. She's the guest of honor at the party tomorrow. Guest of honor, huh? Fancy. Thought you put the Mother Hen act and call it a day. Mother Hen? Shite, I have to see if that dress still fits. He runs off into the storage room while Lou laughs. We'll be away for a bit. Alright, but this course that Red thinks you would help me put it on, I'll put on your tab. Lou and I get off at the tram stop near the art gallery. It's a majestic building sandwiched in between rows of fancy townhouses, all at least 150 years old. Some are a little slanted. Rumour has it a distant relative of the Batavian royal family used to live in one of them until recently. My companions assured me, however, it's just a ruse to draw more people to the area. No doubt spend money at all the fancy brand stores. I'm sure they researched the matter at length, come to that conclusion, so I'm not going to question it. Even as we're walking, they're scrolling through Opgedoekt's website, no doubt checking out what they have on display. I have to say, I'm surprised you of all people want to go to an art gallery. The dinosaur speech last week really opened my eyes, so I'm trying to be more mature. Really now? No, I ran into the curator of the gallery last week. Quite literally. She gave me tickets and said I should go check it out. In all honesty, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least a little curious about the money talks down Fenner mentioned. Besides, I'm going to be old, I can at least pretend to be cultured like you. But isn't it closed right now? The website says they're doing some renovations. Oh, she gave me, special access tickets. Wow, look at you. Making friends in high places, huh? You, could say that. They're not telling me about the CEO, too. I'll be all over the internet in minutes. Lucky bastard. Most expensive thing I ever got for free was a sample at the perfume counter. They wave their hand. Those in the holographic screen in front of them as we near a pedestrian crossing. While we wait for the light to turn green next to a heavily made up tapir lady, Lou finally turns to me. I wasn't going to bring it up, but how are you holding up, Al? You know, with the job situation. I was hoping to help you look for something new. I haven't seen you at the hand and we barely even texted. I caught up with the kids myself too. I guess I did kind of leave in a hurry after a little night out. Sorry, I've been recovering from that fish ate my mother. It left a really big impression. I think that one review is pretty likely, to be honest. And they can never unsee that scene where the lady gives birth to seeing fish eggs. Did I tell you? Cult classic. True. Only a cult could appreciate that kind of imagery. Really though, I've been doing great. Already got something new, I think. Just got through my orientation earlier this week. Oh, that's fast. What's the gig? I can feel myself sweating a little. Quick, Alex, make something up. I'm working as a cleaner. I clean things. My eyes meet Lou's for the briefest of moments just to see if they're buying it. I clean what? Houses? Streets? Crime scenes? Shit. They should prepare a more convincing story ahead of time. Get it together. You know they can smell fear. It's a private, residential thing. Oh look, the lights turn green. We should walk now. Don't want to keep the cars waiting. I hurriedly waddle down the crossing. Lou quirks her brow at me, but follows anyway. You're not ashamed, are you? And there it is, my golden ticket. I slowed down my pace enough for Lou to catch up. I kind of took this new job out of desperation. It's not exactly the kind of career move you shout from the rooftops. Lou puts their paw on my shoulder. And cleans a perfectly normal profession. My cousin's friends, uncles, girlfriends, neighbours form a liver makes a fortune out of it. Or are you cleaning like sex dolls or something? No sex dolls, just houses. If you were, there's no shame in it. I'm glad you found something. Oh, thanks, Lou. Someday I'll tell them the whole truth. But now, half of one will do. Not they'll ever believe me. I'll have trouble believing it myself. So, this is Opgedoekt. It's even bigger on the inside, but vastly more modern decor than I pictured when I heard the words art gallery. I was expecting stuffy dark rooms with snobs scoffing at paintings. This place is open, well lit, immaculately clean, and smells like mint and flowers. There's so much on display here, I don't even know where to look. Judging by the expression on their face, I think Lou feels the same. Still, I can't let down my guard. Lots of stuff means a lot of potential targets for the Syndicate. Look at all these works, Alex. Just one of those paintings costs more than we'll ever make in our entire lives. I don't know whether that's impressive or depressing, but you're probably right. With my new job, I might have to pay one off in 5 lifetimes instead of 10. Oh, I've seen an article about that one, and that one was in a video. That one's just a blank canvas. It's not just a blank canvas, Alex. Art always has meaning behind it, intent. It's all about how you perceive it. Maybe the canvas represents a certain kind of emptiness the artist felt, a lack of passion. Oh no, I think Lou's already started breathing in the paint fumes. That's just the canvas we leave out for the children to practice on. Penna comes walking over to us, little clipboard in hand, looking as refined and regal as ever. Never guessed she was in a crisis of any sort. Lou's eyes flick between me and her, muzzle parted slightly. Hello, Miss Fenner. It's a pleasure seeing you again, Mr. DeRoy. And look, you might remain on your feet this time. The Sphinx cat nudges me with their elbow. Are you going to introduce me, or...? Oh, Fenner, this is my friend Lou. They're a big fan. Hello, this is Fenner. The curator, right? Yes, indeed. Pleased to make your acquaintance. You must have your paws full. This place is huge. It's quite a responsibility, yes, but it's one I happily bear. The arts are as important to me as living and breathing. I guess eating and sleeping aren't exactly priorities for her. It's a joy to be able to share their passion with the world. Lou mutters under their breath. I better make you a pretty penny too. Lou. Now, the art you see here has all been graciously donated to us by lovely artists from all over the world. I take it you want to see the Money Talks gown? It is considered the pride of our collection after all. I'm dying to take a closer look. That is technically what I'm here for. That thing gets stolen, I'm probably out of a job. Again. I'm more interested in the Van Hoorlink myself. I can imagine. We did have a loan from the royal family after all. Could you tell me where I can find it? It's no longer our collection as of this week, I'm afraid. You're kidding me. Why? Back has deemed it not interesting enough for the general public anymore. According to them, guests these days are looking for excitement, be dazzled. And suppose there's little excitement found in a painting from the 1800s. And you're cool with that? Fenner looks away, in the direction of the Money Talks gown. There's a kernel of truth to be found in their opinion, to be sure. It's important we keep funds and interest up. A portion of our earnings goes to charity, though far less than I'd personally prefer. What kind of charities do you guys support? This month we're supporting the Foundation for Anglerfish with Dim Lights. Never heard of that one. Just why it's a matter deserving of more attention. What are you going to do? Buy them all flashlights? Hello, would you mind if I borrowed Alex for a little while? We won't be long. Oh, sure. I'll go check out the statues and sculptures in the meantime. They say that so confidently, the look on their face only spells confusion. I don't go checking out that gown thing without me, you hear? I wouldn't dare. They definitely would. I wave at them as Fenner beckons me around the corner into a hallway. We pass a janitor wearing a fishbowl helmet who gives us a bit of an odd look. Makes me uncomfortable. The art on display further down the hall is very bold, let's just say that. The canvases look less like someone painted on them and more like someone threw up on them. If I know messy stain like this went for millions, I'd sell them Max's laundry. The Garden of Pleasure and Sin. Edward Oldemeulen, 1767. Yeah! That just about gave me a heart attack. Following his departure from Batavia in 1760, Oldemeulen's environs were not the only thing that changed. The Garden of Pleasure and Sin was his first bold step into a new style, and is widely regarded as his magnum opus today. The brushstrokes represent... How long is this going to go on for? Or is it just our new state-of-the-art audio tool? There's sensors behind the paintings that get triggered as you walk past. It's quite a delight, really. In what universe would anyone find that delightful? The impeccable craftsmanship is further illustrated by his creative use of what some sources say was his own blood. It's very, informative. You think so? I had the pleasure of writing some of the audio myself. But that's not why I brought you here. She looks left, then right, then pushes her glasses up her snout. We've closed up for the general public today. There's still been no sign of the Saltwater Syndicate. Maybe it was a prank after all. I find that hard to believe. As long as I'm still getting paid, I'm happy. She takes the calling card from earlier out of her purse. After what Mimi said regarding its potential authenticity, or lack thereof, I was rather curious myself. So I phoned a friend who just so happens to have access to the evidence archives at the local police station. Is that even legal? How did you get friends like that in the first place? Handwriting matches the one on the calling card sent to Mr. Ahab's previous victims perfectly. I shrug. It could still be fake. Unfortunately, my parents' signatures kind of school stuff all the time when I was a kid. I was pretty good at it too. Of course, I was got in trouble for it more times than I can count. Mr. Roy, I'm a curator working for an art gallery. We deal with works that are worth thousands, if not millions, every day. If there's anything I'm good at, it's spotting a forgery. They all become it. Not a single establishment that sent a card like this was left unscathed. Is there anything else you could tell me about the syndicate? Only what was in the papers. That'll do. I don't really read papers. Who needs them with a never-ending gossip machine like Lou around? Supposedly the Saltwater Syndicate engaged in heist, thievery, and plain old privateering, the likes of which haven't been seen in Batavia in a long time. I didn't know they were so organised. I was expecting silly pirates, not the fish mafia. A row, I mean the Dawnhound called the mental crew. That is partly true. The numbers aren't exactly what one would call large, even though their leader most certainly is. However, they make up for it in efficiency and cunning, which is why I called your employer. I cannot risk a single item being stolen or damaged. I trust you understand. We might have state-of-the-art alarm systems, but so did all of the other targets. I'm supposed to prevent this heist all by my lonesome. No pressure. I'm new at this, but I'll do what I can. If I see anything off, I'll call for backup. It's the only way I can handle this, really. You're starting to sound like a real hero, Mr. Descount. Oh, Mr. Dawnhound and Mimi for backup. You absolutely needn't fret. Why do you keep calling him Mimi? And how did you get away with it in the first place? Oh, that? I had the pleasure of getting to know Mr. Drozhdov many years ago at the Schippersburg Tea Academy. An academy for tea making? Learning how to brew the perfect cup takes time and effort, Mr. DeRoy. This means Willem went to some sort of coffee academy. I know at first glance Mimi doesn't seem like the kind of man to frequent such a place. Fenner is practically bound to a delight. It has quite a delicate side, as I'm sure you're aware. Can't say that I am. As far as I can tell, he's about as delicate as a steamroller. I think being the only man in the class caught him a bit off guard. Blessed as he was, he stuttered when he tried to introduce himself. We simply could not resist the urge to make a lovely nickname out of it. She giggles and smiles as she says it. Are we talking about the same Milo? should ask him about it. You end up being best in class in the end. I'll consider if I ever get tired of my arms being attached to my body. For my own safety, I think I'll take your word for it. Suppose I'd best get to scouting out the place. I know you'll be working. Hope you enjoy the art on display as well. I'll give it a look-see. Thanks. I'm the one who should be thanking you. I appreciate all you're doing, Mr. Roy. I have faith in you. She smiles. Even though my nerves refuse to let me, I try to look her in the eye and smile back. I got this. I don't. What would Raoul say in this situation? Have no fear, citizen. Desk Hound is on the case. She claps her hands together in excitement. Splendid. Absolutely marvellous. One may suggest working on your poses a little. You seem a bit stiff. Probably because the bruises I sustained wrestling a deadly butler for hours. Still, she seems convinced enough, waving her hand at me as she walks off. Well, some called him a witch. Modern scholars believe his style was influenced by his peers, who used their own blood too. Alright, I better go too. Alright, mission recon start. I say that, but I don't really know what I'm looking for. If I was running a motley crew of art thieves with a pirate fetish, what would I tell them to steal and how would I prepare? If Max were here, I'm sure he'd tell me how they did it in the Phantom Thief Casino. But he's not, so I'll have to leave it up to the whims of fate. Suppose I want to know the lay of the land first. Let's start there. The gallery has two main public floors with actual works of art. There's a skylight above the atrium. Lots of hallways leading to different exhibits. This would be the perfect place for a dramatic exit. I picture myself, loot secured, bursting through the windows and vanishing into the night sky without a trace. But I doubt the Syndicate will be dumb enough to try something that conspicuous. Let's make my job easier as part of their code. Second floor is basically a loft with a clear view of everything else. The janitor, a parrot with brightly coloured feathers, appears to be doing a sweep up there. There's many janitors around, it'd be hard to be stealthy. He's looking at me rather intently. Suppose it's unusual there'd be that many people in here after closing. I decided to check for back entrances or emergency exits. Along the way I scan the various paintings, sculptures and other art pieces on display. Some of it's even interactive. I have absolutely no idea how to tell priceless from worthless. But since the Syndicate declared their heist so brazenly, maybe they left some clues as to what they're aiming to steal, other than the money talks gown. Whoa, this one's huge. I've never seen a statue quite like this before. Big and wide and buff. It smells of tropical fruits. I'm compelled to give it a poke. I'm no statue, laddie, but flattered all the same. It talks. I look over the huge whale. Sure enough, he's breathing, blinking, smirking. And almost twice my height. This man could crush me with a finger. Anyway, that conclusion terrifies me or turns me on. Sorry. I'm sorry for poking you. He said, well, you did, boyo. I nearly stepped on you. Please do. You should see the look on your face. I'm sorry. I don't often get to meet whales. I stop myself before I say anything bad. Pardon me for saying this, lad, but don't you know it closed early today? You aren't supposed to be here. Oh, a special guest offenders that... sir. Yes, sir. I look up at him, but I can barely see past those pecs. Those even qualify as pecs anymore? Freaking mountains. And here I thought Raoul and Milo were buff. Mr. Spanner never said anything about guests. She didn't tell me either. Who are you? I'd be the head janitor of this here gallery. You're doing a good job. I haven't seen a speck of dust since I walked in here. All right, you are. I intend to keep it that way, sonny.
'Tis my job to clean up and haul out rubbish that don't belong here. So, let me ask again, lad. What are you doing here?
It sounds like a threat. He has a whale of a smile plastered on his face. He doesn't think I'm behind the planned heist. If he even knows anything about it. I should ask. Pumping folks for intel is what they do in detective shows, right? Just gotta find an easy in. Oh, I'm just an art lover, I swear. There's a lot of neat stuff on display here. Has anyone ever tried to, I stop, realizing that only makes me sound weird and suspicious.
Oh, nick it?
He laughs, voice so loud he seems to shake the very hall we're in.
'Twould be quite the haul and no mistake. But no ordinary thief would think to rob a place like this. Security's tight in the Queen's undergarments. And just as pretty.
Or even the Saltwater Syndicate. The whale shudders slightly. With his massive size, I can practically feel the floor vibrate.
Ah, you daft lad. The Saltwater Syndicate? That be no name to use slightly. If I hadn't told you about the car that got you in the mail then.
So he does know. You sound like you know them.
Know them? Aye, lad, know them I do. They're a nasty sort and you'd be wise not to cross them. Folks like those don't mess around. You could get hurt or worse.
I thought you said no thief worth his salt would rob a place like this.
They're no ordinary thieves, laddie. Take it from me, I want to be out of here as fast as your cute wee little legs can carry you.
Cute, huh? He chuckles.
There's a wee button. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got myself all messed to clean up with me subordinates. I trust you'll find the exit on your own.
Yes, sir. I mean, yeah, well. He takes a knee and I can finally look into his eyes. His big, blue, beautiful eyes.
Grand, me boy, grand.
He puts a big hand on my shoulder.
If you're still out and about town at, say, 11 tonight, mayhaps we could get a little something to drink at a local pub.
You mean, like a date? God, I'm usually the one asking people out. This guy's got me beat. I reach behind me to stop my wagging tail.
A date. And a party to celebrate a job well done.
Sure, I'd love to take you. On a date, I mean. I know a good place.
Aye, a grand idea that.
He grabs a piece of paper out of his pocket and hands it to me. A phone number is written down on it. Does he just carry these around all day waiting for people to take them? Well, I'm not complaining.
See ya, laddie. Don't let the sharks bite you in the bum.
He turns round the corner, giving me a good view of his backside. This gig is shaping up better than I thought it would. Though it is going to be a little difficult to focus now. I should probably head back and meet up with Lou. I find them sitting on a bench in the main hall. Here you are. What took you so long? Sorry, she was just telling me where the gift shop was. You mean the really obvious one near the exit they all but corral you through? The one that's not even open right now? Honestly, maybe I'll just start telling the truth at this point. Make myself look like less of a fool. Alright, that one. Oh, darn. I was really hoping to buy some merch. Fiddlesticks and all that. Are you alright? I've never been better. Really? You're really sweating. You keep looking over your shoulder. Oh, if you only knew. So, how are the statues? Oh, you missed a bunch. There's stuff here dating back to like the Middle Ages. Oh, very fancy. And there's all these golden chandeliers and necklaces. I'm pretty sure if you melted them all down, you can make a bigger statue than one at City Hall. You must be in your element then. I'm in Nirvana. I might as well ask, right? I'm glad you're having fun. You haven't seen or heard anything weird then? I'm looking at you right now. They grin. No, I mean weird. Who's asking? Fenner said there was some rowdy tourists walking around. This is Shiffordburg, Alex. There's rowdy tourists everywhere. Especially rowdy. Oh. Well, there's one thing I noticed. No tourists, but I've seen a couple of janitors going around. They shake their head. It's probably nothing. Janitors? Just something I spotted when I was walking around. There's quite a few of them. So they noticed too. First I was like, okay, at least they're cleaning the place. Then I went to the bathroom for a bit. And when I got back, they were cleaning the same spot for the third time. Also, they point to the Money Talk scow, the centre of the large room we're in. There's a horned comedian standing next to it dressed in black. Even the colour of his scales matches. There's a nasty looking scowl on his face. It took you this long to get to my grand entrance? Hey, don't bet on my story. Can we please just fight him? I am inclined to agree. And not you too. I'd rather not miss the episode of Anclados to Amor tonight. Neither would I. Get to the point already. As I was saying, like I said before, there's a nasty looking scowl on his face. Is he staff? The guy's been standing there for a solid 10 minutes. I know it's the centerpiece of the collection, but jeez. Also, have you looked at the gown? I swear it looks different in the photos. A whispering seems to catch the horned comedian's attention. Someone manages to wriggle his hands into his pockets and scampers off into a hallway, where I spot another janitor waiting. To exchange words for the janitor looks in our direction. My blood goes cold as I recognise the jacket he's wearing. I can smell a hint of the spicy sauce from all the way over here too. It's that Barracuda, Ishmael. So that card wasn't a fake. They're already in here. He pulls the rail of his jacket and talks into it, maintaining eye contact with me. Just far away enough that I can't hear what he's saying. Then he starts walking my way. Shit. Shit. I mean, the big dude I saw earlier must be... You everything okay, Alex? We need to find somewhere to hide and quick. What? Just listen to what I say, okay? You're serious, aren't you? Deadly. Come on. I break out into a sprint as the janitors come out from the hallways. It's like a cleaning convention in here. I take Lou by the wrist and lead him down a corridor. Got to find a place where they'll be safe, where no one will ever look. Right, the Politicians of the Ages exhibit. Finally come to a stop next to a bust of a guy with the sourest expression I've ever seen. This place is about to get robbed. One of the janitors was the dude from the store the other day. I mean, the guy who tried to rob Mrs. De Bruyne. Yeah, it's the Saltwater Syndicate. So, we're stuck in here with a gang of thieves? I'll call for help. I'll take care of it. You stay here. Don't be stupid, Al. You can't take robbers on your own. I'll not be able to, but I know someone who is. If you see Fenner, tell her I'm on it. I give them a pat on the back and head deeper into the gallery. You know split up usually gets people killed in horror movies, right? Idiot. I didn't think the Syndicate would be making their move this soon. I run out of the exhibit. You will be safe, I hope. The Syndicate is still on my tail. I need to shake them off and find a place where I can call Raoul and Milo. They'll know what to do for sure.
Hey, Spotty, stop right there, you land-loving dog. I still got a score to settle with you.
I enter the nearest bathroom, barricade the door with a trash can. Footsteps sound just outside the door. Looks like they didn't see me go in here. That should buy me some extra time. Surprisingly clean for a public space. I guess the janitors must have been here too. So awkward as it is, I quickly check the stalls to make sure no one else is around. I slip into the last one and close the door as quietly as I can. Been wearing the earpiece Milo gave me this entire time. What'd he say again? Just flip the switch, establish a connection, then push to talk. I sit down to steady my nerves. This toilet seat is freezing cold. Hello? What they usually say in the movies? Do you copy? Over? The line crackles, followed by a familiar voice. Discount, what is its current status? Milo's voice comes in loud and clear. Emphasis on the loud. Almost fall right off the toilet seat. Discount requesting immediate backup. Fish are in the net. I sigh. Screw this. They're here. They pretend to be staff. Milo is quiet for a moment, and I hear an eerie chuckle. Ingenious approach. Most likely infiltrated before gallery even opened. I can give them a big pat on the back once I'm out of the gallery currently crawling with thieves. You actually just called in time, Spot. I've got something with your name on it. Well, it doesn't actually have your name on it. Not yet. Over. Do you want your name on it? Over. I'm stuck here. They'll see me if I try to leave. Oh, that. Hold on. Give me one moment. Over. Maître Bravard, please don't. The line crackles and I hear something click in place behind me. When I take a look, a section of the tile seems to be shaking. I'm moving too. The toilet is moving. What did you do? Hold on tight. It's going to be a bumpy ride. As if on cue, the wall suddenly lowers into the ground. I have little time to comprehend it, for the toilet flips onto its back, tossing me into a black void. And that's the end of part 1 of this issue of Glory Hounds. Don't worry, we'll get back to part 2 before too long. I just don't have the time to record the whole thing today. I wanted to get a video out this weekend. But don't worry, we'll be back with it, as I say. In the meantime, definitely next weekend we will have more distant travels. So we'll be seeing what's going on there. And quite a few more things planned for May, since we're almost there. So happy May Day for tomorrow or maybe today, depending on where you are in the world. But before I go, as always, thanks to all my donors on Ko-fi and Patreon. And my top donors are Andy Peng, Samuto, Omar, Big Booty Judy, Nova Starbun, Volbers Need Coffee, Mohammed Al-Zamel, Aaron Fox, Exact, Evan King, Marcus, Sindri Dragonwolf, Kopi, Spiderling, Briz, Dissonance, Anubis Silverwind, Ida Corval, Tiger Cub, Brian Hall, Bastion, Lark Huskerton, Legacy Bucciorati, Gubbers Vissa, Kartek, and Burnt Toast. So thanks for supporting the channel, and thanks to you for watching. Until next time, bye for now.